I'm sorry it's so early, but there's something I've got to tell you.
Oh?
I've been trying to find the right time, but it just didn't happen. I thought maybe when we were in Harrogate, but then Kathy was there. And I was going to tell you yesterday, but I just couldn't.
Calm down, you're not making sense.
We were worried in case you heard it from someone else, or in case you realised it yourself.
Heard what?
You're going to be a grandma again, Annie. I'm pregnant.
Oh, that's wonderful news. Oh, I'm so glad for you. When are you due?
March.
Everything all right?
Fine. I know I've left it a bit late.
Oh, rubbish. When I was your age, women a lot older than you had babies and were out in the fields harvesting 2 days later.
Oh, I think times have changed a bit since then.
So, you'll be getting married too.
Hi. I found this. I thought maybe Peter.
Thanks. You know, last year he wanted one of those Thunderbird things. Couldn't find one anywhere. Too late now.
He's going to be all right.
They say he's responding to the treatment.
Well, that's good, isn't it?
They just don't know if there's going to be any permanent damage.
Lena, I'm really sorry.
There's no need.
I just panicked. I wasn't thinking straight. Alice has had her jab.
I want to tell him how much I love him. Do you think he knows I'm here?
I'm sure he does.
I don't think he can hear me.
You're just in time, Kathy.
Oh, yes?
We're celebrating.
Really?
Say I was expecting.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
I'm really happy for you.
Isn't it good news?
And now she's trying to make an honest woman of me.
Oh, Annie.
Thank you, Kathy.
A bit of paper isn't going to change the way Jack and Sarah feel about each other, you know?
I'm not going to argue with that, but we could have a double wedding.
I think one marriage is enough to cope with at the moment, don't you?
Thanks. You know, when you have kids, you always think they'll outlive you. So you start planning for their future rather than yours.
I don't know what I'd do if anything happened to Alice.
When he was born, I promised him he'd never want for anything. I was determined to keep him away from any kind of trouble. Make sure he had a happier life than mine.
I think we all promised him that.
I didn't get very far, though, did I?
Lynn, you can't go on blaming yourself. This is not your fault.
You read about terrible things happening to children, but you never think it's going to happen to your own.
How did you get in?
Door was open. Didn't think you'd mind.
Come to tell me off because I'm late for work.
No, but I did call in at the office and you weren't there.
So what do you want?
I just wanted to see if you were all right. You seemed a bit odd last night.
I was in a hurry to leave the Woolpack. I'm not into pubs these days.
It doesn't sound like you. Look, Chris, if it's the new job, it's bound to take a while to get settled in.
Thanks for the advice.
Chris, tell me to mind my own business, but you and Kathy, is everything okay?
Mind your own business.
Fair enough. I asked for that. I just care about you, that's all.
Things are fine between us.
Good. I'm glad to hear it. I'm sorry, but your behaviour last night and seeing Kathy with that American guy, Joss, it did make me wonder.
Well, don't worry about it. I mean, it was strictly business. He's the Woolpack's wine rep.
Yeah, I know. He's all right. We joined them for dinner last night.
Oh, I see. Anyway, I better get off to work. Coming?
Do you mind?
Sorry, I've just come to get my stuff.
Yeah, well, you could have knocked.
OK, don't get your knickers in a twist. You'll have the place to yourself next week.
About time too.
All right, Linford Christie. You'll soon miss me tidying up after you.
I doubt it.
Anyway, what's up with you? You're not normally up this early on a Saturday morning.
I'm going training with Debbie. It's the only chance I'll get to see her.
Oh, hi.
Hiya. Is Mark about?
Yeah, Mark, drag yourself away from the mirror. Joe's here to see you.
Mirror?
Oh, you know, Debbie.
Ah.
Come through.
Ta.
Hi, Joe. What can I do for you?
Okay, we'll sit down.
Yeah.
Look, there's no easy way to say this, but I have given it a lot of thought. I've decided to ask your mother to finalise our divorce.
You sure you won't stay?
I'm sure. Jack and I are going into Hotten.
All right, love. See you later. I'm so pleased.
Bye.
Bye, Sarah. Well, I must go as well.
No, not yet, love. Are you going to tell me what's the matter?
I don't know where to start.
The beginning is usually a good place.
It's about me and Chris.
Go on.
I think it's over, Annie.
Kate and me have been separated for over 2 years now, and as there's no chance of us getting back together again, I just like to tie up the loose ends.
I see.
Apparently it's very simple. They just read out your names in court, and that's it. You don't even have to turn up.
Is that it then?
Well, no, there's a question of you two. Well, don't you realise once it happens, there's nothing legal binding us all together?
I hadn't really thought of it like that before.
Look, we've always been quite close in the past, and I like to think I've always been there for you whenever you've needed me, and, well, I was kind of hoping we could carry on like that.
Yeah, sure, but... Look, is that it? Because I don't want to keep Debbie waiting.
Well, haven't you anything to say about it?
Well, if we're just going to continue the way we are, it's not going to make much difference, is it? I'll see you.
He's not too happy about it, is he?
If you'd have had anything to say, you'd have said it, Joe. He's fine.
And how about you?
Well, we've hardly been getting on like a father and daughter recently, have we?
That doesn't alter the fact that I do care about you, Rachel. And yeah, all right, we have had disagreements in the past, but isn't that what families do, eh?
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
You still love him?
No, I don't think I do.
And Christopher, does he love you?
That's the awful thing. Despite all the lies, I still think he does. Only I don't understand how he can love me and behave like this.
What do you want to do?
End it.
Then do it. If that's what you want, there's no point in wasting time.
Really?
There's one thing I've learned. Life's too short to waste in a bad marriage.
Sometimes I just don't believe you. You know, one minute you're twisting Sarah's arm to get married, and the next you're telling me to leave Chris.
No, I'm not telling you. You're telling yourself. I know what you're going through. The only difference is that I stuck to my marriage, to a man who probably loved me even when he was getting drunk, and who made my life and my children's a misery. But I did the noble thing. I stayed with the marriage. It wasn't until I met Leonard I realised how much I'd missed, how much I'd given up. I'm lucky to have a second chance.
I thought that when I met Chris.
Don't spend your life trying to make other people happy. You'll end up regretting it so much.
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear.
I might have guessed. You don't know what killed the cat, don't you?
I needn't have bothered.
Eh?
Well, we can't all have a good crop, can we?
It's a beauty, this is.
Oh, it's very impressive for a grape.
I suppose you can do better, can you?
I don't suppose I know.
Well, then put your marrow where your mouth is.
All right. Come on, I'll show thee.
Little devil.
Oh, well, he needn't think he's going to get away with this. Come on.
This is all a long way away from the old days.
That damp bedsit.
And that tiny gas stove.
We were happy then.
In a strange way, I think we were.
We were going somewhere. We had a direction.
Who'd have thought we'd have ended up here like this?
I suppose I miss those days.
So do I.
It's a shame you're having to go back. I was just getting used to this.
Well, I could be persuaded.
Got an idea.
Oh, I? Is that what they say round here?
Why don't you stay here? There's loads of room.
There's certainly that. Well, you and me under the same roof, what would the neighbours say?
What neighbours? We like old times.
Will it?
Only without the hot and cold running damp.
It's very tempting.
So what's stopping you?
I'll think about it.
I'd be ashamed if he were my lad.
Hooligan.
Look, I'm sorry your overgrown cucumber got smashed, but my boy reckons he didn't do it. And I, for one, believe him.
But he was there.
Did you see him do it?
Who else could have done it?
Well, I don't know what the fuss is about anyway. You've got another one, haven't you? Should be enough for your tea, shouldn't it?
Marrow weren't for eating.
No.
It were a prize specimen.
What's going on?
I sees two. They reckon Scott smashed their prize marrows or something.
Right, you. Out the back.
But it wasn't me.
Now. If you'd like to come through, I'm sure we can sort this out. You know the one thing I can't bear is lying.
But I'm not.
I can tell just by looking at you you're as guilty as sin. Now, tell the truth.
OK, it was me that done it, but Mum. I mean, it was only a poxy vegetable.
There were no poxy about my marrow.
Oh, I'm not sure.
Beth.
Now, how can you be so stupid? Surely you knew it was wrong? I think they deserve an apology, don't you?
Sorry.
I beg your pardon.
Sorry.
That's better.
Well, that's a start, any road.
What's punishment?
Well, seeing as you've suddenly become so interested in vegetables, I think you'd better do some gardening. Do you need any digging done?
Oh, aye, lots.
Can I do housework and all?
Why not?
Because I say so.
It's only one night.
I don't even know where you'd be staying.
I've told you at James. You can phone her if you like.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, go on, Mum. Look, there's a couple of evening workshops with professional artists I really want to go to. Then we're all going to hang out together afterwards.
That's the bit I'm worried about.
If I have to catch the early bus back, I'm going to look ridiculous. Anyway, it's dangerous travelling back late on your own.
Oh, well, you're right there.
So can I go?
Well,
Thanks, Mum.
I might still ring Jane's parents to make sure it's all right.
Fine. I'll give you the number later.
Nearer the time, maybe.
It's a decent entry.
Yeah, t'other one, winner.
You've got 2 or 3 like that.
How did you know?
I kept my eyes peeled.
Oh, afternoon, Julie.
Oh, hello.
Any news about Peter?
Nick's gone to the hospital, but we're still waiting to hear.
Poor little man.
Is that your entry?
This is winning entry.
Oh, no. This is winning specimen. Mind you, it's not my first choice.
Well, good luck to you both.
Can I give you an hand?
Oh, yes, please.
You're joking.
It's Nick's. Not bad, eh?
What are you sketching, Mum?
Nothing.
I hope it's not what I think it is. I thought you'd have learnt your lesson last time.
What do you mean?
Lorraine, I'm warning you.
It's all right, Mum. Keep your hair on. Anyway, I never did get Mr. Turner right, did I?
Well?
I'm practising.
For what?
Nothing, Mum. Nothing.
Wish we'd realised earlier.
Archie, the nurse said it developed really fast. You can't tell.
We'll have to keep an eye on Rebecca, Alice's other job.
Yeah, and they said there's only a small chance that Rebecca will actually catch it, so...
Yeah, better safe than sorry, eh?
I can't believe the way I reacted.
Oh, come on, it's understandable.
Nick, the important thing is he's on the mend, so stop worrying and relax. I've got a surprise for you.
What, for me?
I hope you're ready for this. It won! First prize. And you should have seen Seth and Amos's faces. They were a picture.
I don't believe it. Me, Mara King of Beckendale.
You are? Thanks. Okay. I rang Lynn this afternoon and Peter's condition has stabilised.
Oh, let's hope it means it's on the mend.
Well, tell her we're all thinking about her. And if she needs anything, she only has to ask.
I'm sure she'll appreciate that. Anyway, enjoy your meal.
Do you think she's all right?
So why?
Oh, she just looks at it. Oh, hello.
Hello.
Oh, no, don't look now.
Joe. Kim. You're in luck, Ruth. Let me introduce you to Joe Sugden, one of the infamous Beckendale Sugdens. This is Ruth, an old friend of mine.
How do you do?
How do you do? I've heard all about you.
Don't believe a word of it. This is Kim.
Yes, we've already met.
Shall we sit over there?
Is that her?
Yep.
So, Nick won the Mara competition then?
Only because Amos's prize specimen was smashed to smithereens by that Windsor kid.
He's a right little delinquent, that one.
Carol.
Evening.
Nick.
Oh, pint and half lager, please, Carol.
Ah, and I brought this round to show you.
Just in case you'd forgotten what one looks like.
You're not listening to a word I'm saying.
Yes, I am.
So you'll give me that raise then?
Yeah.
£1,000 a week.
What?
See?
I wonder what she's up to.
Well, like you said, she's an old friend.
Well, he never mentioned her.
Well, perhaps it was before your time.
And he's not drinking.
Oh, this is ridiculous. If you're that interested, I can invite them over to join us.
You couldn't.
Oh, yes, I could. Frank, we were just wondering, would you like to join us for a drink?
Shall we? Yeah, we'd be delighted.
Chris, what are you doing here?
I want to talk to you.
I'm working.
It's important.
Whatever it is, it can wait till I get home, surely.
I need to talk to you now.
Later.
Please, Kathy, I've been sitting at home waiting. Why did you do it?
I don't know what you're talking about.
The bedroom,
Not
Kathy.
here.
You didn't even talk to me about it.
When did you ever talk to me about any decisions you made? Never.
I've been trying my best to
Excuse
change.
me, Chris, this food's getting cold.
I could take you out for a ride tomorrow if you like.
I'm afraid I don't.
Oh?
There's not much opportunity to go horse riding in Hammersmith.
Well, you're in the Dales now. You know what they say, when in Rome?
All right, I'll come clean. I'm a coward.
You? Never.
How long have you been in business?
This time round, not long. We're just setting up, really.
It must be very exciting.
Yeah, it certainly is.
So, have you enjoyed your stay?
I certainly have. Frank has really taken care of me.
So you'll be sorry to say goodbye to Yorkshire, then?
In a way, yes.
Mind you, there comes a time on holiday when you're quite glad to be going home. Don't you find?
Well, no, not this time anyway. I'm really enjoying it. In fact, I've decided to stay on a bit longer.
Really?
Well, Frank made me an offer I couldn't refuse.
Oh, what was that?
I'm going to spend the rest of my holiday in Home Farm. Aren't I, Frank?
You certainly are.
I'm about to call last orders, gentlemen. Like another?
Well, I've got no else to look forward to in life now, so go on, twist me arm.
good heavens, you've only lost the local vegetable competition, not the will to live.
It amounts to the same thing. How many years have we been struggling to achieve a superlative marrow?
I don't know. What's superlative?
A marrow surpassing all others.
Years. Years and years.
And what happens? Pipped at post by Nobbert a lad. We his first entry.
It's nice to see you two have made up your differences.
Ah, well, friendship always triumphs. I'll get these in.
If I didn't know better, I'd say being jigging and about with hormones, pumping plants full of unnatural drugs.
It's not very wise to go around casting aspersions like that. Well, I've never resorted to unnatural growing methods, and my marrow was bigger than Nick's.
How come yours didn't win then?
One t'other one. One as was splattered length and breadth at village by that young hooligan.
You must be kidding.
Most impressive. A sight better than your pathetic little gooseberry.
Gooseberry? You've always been jealous of my allotment talents, you have.
A Scotch, please, Mr. Turner. Mr. Armstrong will be buying his own.
Why, Kathy?
Why what?
I moved all my stuff out of the bedroom, put a lock on the bedroom door.
I thought that would have been obvious even to you.
I don't understand why you're doing this to me.
It's simple. I don't want to share a bed with you anymore.
It's American, isn't it?
Don't be ridiculous,
Well, what
Chris,
else am I
please.
supposed to think with my wife flaunting
Oh,
herself?
that's just you, isn't it? Blame anyone else but yourself.
Do blame myself. I've done some stupid things, but I've tried to explain. You're not even interested in listening to me anymore, are you?
What's the point?
All right. I've tried. But I don't see any sense in going on if you don't want me anymore. So why don't you just go?
In case you've forgotten, Chris, this is my home too. Even if you did try to lie and trick me out of it, I'm not moving anywhere. If you don't like this new arrangement, then there's nothing forcing you to stay. You go.